Hi guys, I'm doing another book review. This one I chose is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, a novel by Mark Haddon. Mark Haddon at some point worked with autistic children. I think that was some of the inspiration for the book. I love this book and I'm ashamed how long it took me to read it. I'm ashamed of the amount of times I rented it from the Overdrive app or physically from the library and didn't read it. But since I have my one book rule, I now am getting through books and finishing more books, more importantly. This book was phenomenal. Ian McEwan, the author of Atonement, says this book is a superb achievement. He is a wise and bleak, funny writer with rare gifts of empathy. Also, I want to digress for a moment. Has anyone ever noticed how book reviewers, more specifically the Times, etc., use the same words over and over? It's like they choose some words from a box and paste them into reviews. A harrowing tale, captivating, inspiring. If I had $1 for every time I've read a generic book review from major newspapers, I'd finally be rich. All this to say, I prefer reviews from other authors or amateur book reviewers, such as myself, and I usually read those on Goodreads. Okay, back to the book. This is a mystery novel that takes place in England, narrated by Christopher John Francis Boone, who is mentally challenged, and he never says in what way, but his behaviors mirror that of an autistic savant. He's obsessed with prime numbers, and so he uses prime numbers to number the chapters. He has difficulty reading or understanding human emotions. Who doesn't? He's easily overwhelmed and doesn't like to be touched. The book is set up in a Sherlock Holmes-style detective murder mystery revolving around the murder of his neighbor's dog, Wellington, who he found with a garden fork stuck in the side of it while he was taking a walk in the neighborhood. I don't want to spoil this book further, but I loved how believable it was. It was not exactly a feel-good ending, but it was raw and emotional. I felt it to be believable, and there's nothing I hate more than a book with outlandish, unbelievable plot lines. I had no trouble getting into the book. It started with momentum and ended with momentum. There was no dread in my personal one-book rule, which occasionally I find myself reading books that ebb and flow too slowly. I highly suggest this book, which I put off too long on reading. According to Goodreads, I added it to my want-to-read list August 6, 2014. And I know I encountered it far before that. So read it, let me know what you think in the comments.